Hello, if you're watching this, it's just a quick audio test before we start. Just a quick audio test before we start. Let me know if you can hear this okay. Yep, sounds okay. Right, I think we are live. Is the chat working? The chat is working. Yes, thank you very much for joining me for this quick unboxing of Seastead. Now, I'm doing a live tutorial and playthrough of this tonight in 3 hours' time. And I haven't unboxed it yet. Now, me and Rick played it last night. We played using Tabletop Simulator. There is a Tabletop Simulator mod for this game that WizKids have done. It is there. It is public. You can go online now and you can play it. But yeah, we're going to do an unboxing today of the physical game. I'm not sure exactly when this is out. I think it's soon-ish. But yeah, this is a small box game. You can see from the size of my hand. It is a 2-player game set in the same world as Flotilla, which is a WizKids game from last year, I think. Different designers though. And yeah, different mechanisms. Very different. Because Flotilla is a 2 to 5 player, maybe 3 to 5 player. But anyway, we're going to do an unboxing. So first of all, we have a rule book. So me and Rick learned how to play the game from the rule book last night. I'm going to be reading through it again just before the video. So yeah, we have a rule book, which when we first saw how big it was, because it's 16 pages, I thought, oh gosh, I thought this was a really simple game. But actually you've got the components here, you've got the setup, you've got the core rules, which are a few pages, and then there is final scoring, a big example, the solo game, and then the location effects all on the back. So although it's 16 pages, it's not that complicated a game. And you'll find out later on if you tune in and watch the playthrough or watch it afterwards. So yeah, although I've played on Tabletop Simulator, this is literally the first time I've actually seen the physical game. So we have 4 punch boards. Let's go through them first. We have score pad, which you can use, obviously, to record your score. We have the player pieces, which we'll look at in a minute. So 2-player game, so we've got 2 colours. We've got some rather nice player boards. Now, I didn't realise, but these are actually indented. So, yeah, these are quite thick and substantial. Some nice silica gel to put on your cheesecake. And we have 2 sizes of cards. Right, let's go into it. So first of all, let's look at these player boards. Let's zoom in a little bit. See if you can see these. What's the RRP, says Rick? I don't know. Andy will know because Andy's pre-ordered a copy from Games Law. Eric's in the chat. It says it comes out next week. There you go. Andy, let us know how much you paid for it from Games Law. Right, so yeah, these are the player boards. Nice and thick and chunky. And yeah, they are dual layered. So let's have a look at the playing pieces. These are the 2 colours. We have teal and we have a sort of orangey red. I played teal last night. So you've got these nice custom shaped pieces. There are 4 types of pieces. 3 of them are buildings. You have your academies, which is this shape. You have your... hang on a minute. Right. So, I was expecting to see different shaped pieces. Okay, I may have, and Eric is in the chat, Eric will confirm, I think I may have a faulty copy here, which is going to make tonight's playthrough tricky, and we might have to improvise, but let's move the teal ones aside. This is what you should have. Okay, so the teal pieces I think are wrong. You should have 4 academies, which are these. And they are, yeah, okay, these are these shapes. So there's 4 of these. Where's the 4th one? There you go. And they slot into here nicely. You have 4 shipyards, which are these custom shapes, which slot into there like that. So these are the shipyards. And then you have 4 ports, which will fit into there like that. Okay. And then you have 4 ships. And every time you build a shipyard, believe it or not, you get a ship. Okay. Now, unfortunately, as you have seen live on camera, yeah, there's supposed to be 4 of each shape. So we're going to have to improvise for tonight's playthrough because I can't really cancel it because Rick is coming round and we are going to play it, and that is happening. We'll just improvise. I'm not sure how, but as you can see, yeah, and obviously if you buy a copy and you have the same problem as this, then WizKids will sort you out. They have a replacement program. But yeah, I'm going to have to do something tonight for those. So that's the player pieces. We have 4 punch boards. So you have, and unlike some of my other unboxings, I actually know a bit about this game, which makes a change. So yeah, these are good, thick and chunky. There are these 4 main flotilla things. It's basically, it's an alternative history. The nuclear testing that happened in the 1940s went wrong, and it's basically Waterworld, the board game. Yeah, so the planet is covered in water, and there are these flotillas, which are like a ramshackle group of buildings together. So there are these 4. They get scattered around. These are the resources. So you have artifacts, you have metal, you have kelp, and you have fish. And you're going to be diving down to get these resources and then using the resources to construct your buildings onto these flotillas. They cost a different amount, and you can get various discounts. So yeah, these are punching out fine. These are radioactive tokens. Oh, those are spare, those ones. So I didn't need those. So you can basically clean up the pollution, which basically gets you points at the end of the game. And then you have these dock tiles. So this is all punching out. Paul's punch test is successful. These are all punching out fine. What this does tell me, though, next time I'm going to be doing one of these playthroughs and they send me a copy of the game in advance, I think I might open it straight away because I should have actually checked it first. That's my bad, so sorry about that. Anyway, there are these dock tiles. So whenever you build a port, you place one of these dock tiles on any of the islands, on any of the sides. And what that's going to do is that is going to set, oh, you can't quite see. There you go. That is going to set some victory conditions based on the buildings that are built, but for any player. So if I was to be, if I'm the teal player and I built, this is one of my ports, pretend it's a port, there, but Rick had a shipyard here, then Rick would actually get 3 points at the end of the game. So when you're building these, you've got to be very careful to try and not give the other player points. And also, if there's one of these on the board, that will influence where you build the things. Anyway, so they're the dock tiles. That's about it for the punch boards. Let's have a look at the cards. 2 types of cards in the game. Well, sorry, 3 types of cards in the game. These cards you will use in every game. These look like, and I can't get in because mine, there you go. Right, so these are the depths cards, I think. And you put those 4 on the bottom. Then you will shuffle them and put them on top. And then you'll use one of those and put them on top there. Okay, and this is the core mechanism of the game. Let me just... Yeah, I lay them flat tonight. I absolutely will lay them flat tonight. But Rick, but for me, I'm not sure what I'm going to do because me laying them flat, it'll work for the academies, but it won't work for anything else. I'll improvise. Anyway, these cards are the core mechanism of the game. So one of the things that you can do on your turn is to dive. And if you dive, you reveal the top card. And then it's basically split. So this is the initial one. And it will tell you who goes first. So if I'm the teal player, it would go there. I would start with those resources. My opponent would start with those. Then if I was to choose to dive, I take a card and there you go. And I choose which way round it goes. So in this case, I could put it like that. For example, I would get those 3 resources. My opponent would get those 2. That is one of the actions you can do on your turn. Your other action is to construct a building. And that's basically it. One of the game end triggers is when you reveal the cards at the end. The other types of cards, and there's 2 of them, there are specialists and there are decree cards. Now, the game has a basic version and an advanced version. Oh, there's also player aids as well. Right, yeah, player aids are useful. The decree cards are only used in the advanced version. We're not going to be playing with them tonight, but I will mention them at the end of the video. And the specialists, these actually come in A's and B's. So the tiles have got an A side and a B side. And for your first game, which is what we're going to do tonight, we're going to use the A side of the tile. So we're only going to be using the A specialists. But if you were to play with the B side of the tiles, I think you play with A's and B's. And these specialists are basically characters that give you an ability. If you don't use the ability, you'll get a point at the end of the game. And you get one every time you build an academy. So you get a ship every time you build a shipyard. You get a specialist every time you build an academy. And whenever you build a port, you get to place one of the dock tiles on there. That is basically it for the unboxing. That's everything you get. Yeah, nice little thing. I assume everything will fit in there. So we've got a holder. It's got these little holes in it, so you can get the cards out easily. So they can go in there. They can go in there. Let's do a bit of a reboxing. That goes in there like that. All of the resource pieces would fit in there. Player boards will fit there like that. Oh yes, it's a proper custom insert. This these tiles will go there like that. And then the wooden pieces, presumably, oh, your dock tiles will go in here. Yeah, nicely designed insert. So they will go in there like so, and you can get them out again. Yep. And then I guess the wooden pieces will either go in here and here, and I'm not sure what goes in here. Probably the resources. Yeah. And they go in there. Yeah, it's probably that. But anyway, yeah, that's everything. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I'm going to go and work out what I'm going to do with these pieces. I will improvise. I'll use something somehow. But yeah, 3 hours time, 2 hours 45 minutes from now, Rick's coming over. We'll be doing a 2-player tutorial and playthrough of this. So if you're interested in learning how the game plays, then yeah, I will see you later on. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all later on. Cheers, everyone. Gaming Rules is proudly sponsored by Game Toppers, upgrading your gaming experience. Visit GameToppersLLC.com.